What do you see in terms of the vision for 2020 and beyond, and in terms of the core product of iBuumerang?
Well, here's the thing for a core product, okay? Our core product is not the product. That's why all these companies are shooting for $1 billion. We're gonna be $1 billion company, and they stand up and they applaud. Why? Do you know that 2 comes after 1? And 3 comes after 2, and 4 and 5? Those are numbers too. You know, Jeff Bezos didn't say, I'm gonna be $1 billion company one day. No. But the reason that they do that is because they pigeonhole themselves into one unique category. That's old. It's no different than for Christmas buying your children, you know, black and white televisions. You wouldn't do that, Ed. It's old. There's new technology. So, but the only reason that happens is because most company owners were distributors, learn from their upline, and they keep those same bottled up goals that prevent them from thinking outside the box. So our vision is not the product. Our vision is unique. It's called the PRIB. It's the first ever in network marketing. The PRIB is a combination of data analytics, artificial intelligence, augmented reality that we'll be adding at some point, and that Zappos human relations touch of knowing how to treat people, knowing how to treat customers. And so we're not having customer service, we have a customer amazement department. And I wish I had time to tell you all the things that the PRIB does and will do. But my role as the CEO of this company is analogous to the CEO of a publicly traded company. A publicly traded company's CEO has one legal responsibility, and that is to make sure that they make a profit for their shareholders. We're not publicly traded, we're privately held. And I'm 50%, and then I've got a more influential partner who's 50%, my wife. And she's got a lot of influence on my 50% as well, okay? So she's the majority owner, I say. But anyway, so my goal is to make sure that I increase the value of each Boomerang customer. And so how do I do that? Well, right now, how many customers do we have right now, T. Gray? Where's T. Gray?
I'm over here.
Just give me a ballpark.
221,000.
221,000 customers that we have right now. We've got people in our company right now with over what's our top customer gatherer right now?
She had 720 yesterday.
She had 720 customers?
Yesterday. She'll have 750 by Saturday.
So she had 720 individual customers yesterday. Here's what's cool about it. I know I'm running late. Hey, Anna, can you call the attorney and see if 4 o'clock, I always do this. Can you see if 4 o'clock works? Because my wife is going to be traveling. I got to go by and kiss her before she leaves and all of this stuff. But I get excited about this. Oh, 224,000, he was wrong. He found the exact number. So here's what happens, guys. So let me just paint this picture, and then I got to shut it down, okay? So the PRIB, Perpetual Residual Income Builder. Here's where my juices flow, okay? Here's what's different, why we're unique and why we're different. Because people say, well, is this travel like any other travel? Well, is the Ritz-Carlton pillows going to be the same in the same hotel? Yes, travel's like any other travel. The way we get to it is different, but that's not even it. Here's what's unique. Every one of our customers, once you gather them, they're yours for life. Let me rewind and say that because that's foreign, and it went right over everybody's head. When you get a customer, they're off the market forever. When you get a network marketing distributor in your current company, they're not off the market forever. Why? You already know they're going to quit and they're going to be in 3 other companies before the next year's over. So you've got a lease when you do traditional network marketing. You got ownership when you build in the PRIB. Because that customer, what reason do they have to resign? Think about it, Ed. What reason do a customer, they don't pay iBuumerang anything ever. We don't charge them anything, okay? And the only time our product works is the only time we pay a distributor is when the product works. So a customer pays less, we get paid. Customer pays more, no commission. So now that customer's in that environment. We take their habits with all the technology that we have from a data analytical basis, and we can legally monitor all of the habits, and we understand who they are and what they want. So we can now service them based off of what they want, not based off of what we want to offer to them. I can't wait till you listen to Lori talk about the immense travel opportunities that no other company in the world that we know of. Lori, does anybody in the world have, from a travel standpoint, all that we have from a total package?
Yeah.
No. Just listen to her. You're going to talk about some of that stuff tomorrow?
Yeah, we have a good one tomorrow.
Listen to that call tomorrow on Flight School. So here's what happens. So now you've got a customer. Your job was to get them. How do you get them? It's free. It doesn't cost them a thing. So you've got the customer. Guess what I spend all of my time doing? And our teams and our executives that we have, and highly intellectual, sharp people. We spend all of our time increasing the value proposition that we can offer to them. You don't have to go sell it to them. So this lady who's got 720 customers, we're going to market to them Vibe Rides. We're going to market to them our mobile service. We're going to market to them all the different services and products that we have. Her job is done. Those customers are not quitting. They'll never pick up the phone or send an email and say, I'm sick and tired of being in this environment that you guys don't charge me anything. I save money every time I go. I have better options with my Vibe Rides than Uber does. Can I tell them, Tigray, what a couple of features on the Vibe Ride? Sure. Okay, so, and the reason I asked is some of our stuff right now is proprietary when we have these NDAs. So let me give you an example. Ladies, one of the biggest issues right now with Uber is safety. So, well, what do we say? Well, we say, let's figure out what people want and make it available to them. So ladies, which ride share would you like to have? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you're leaving a nice lounge that you were at, and you're choosing your ride share. You choose your ride share. Next thing you know, you don't know who's coming at 2 o'clock in the morning. The ride share and where you partying that night may not be in the best of neighborhoods, so you don't know who's coming. You don't feel safe. Why? Because some guy who's whatever, just could be looking at you and you're just looking too sharp that night, and you feel the intimidation, and that becomes the longest Uber ride that you've ever had. We sat in I'm in the idea room of our executive office right now. We sat in the idea room and said, let's solve that. So ladies, when you pick up Vibe Rides and you choose, that's why we call it choose your vibe. You'll choose your own environment. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you choose female driver. Hello. But what if you're one of our drivers and you're like, I'm picking up people at 2 o'clock in the morning, and these guys, they just watch. Now I may lose a few of you when I say this, but I believe I'll gain a lot more. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and the Cowboys have just won the Super Bowl. Ed, straighten that face up, okay? Straighten that face up, all right? The Cowboys just won the Super Bowl. All right, now all of my executives are threatening to quit right now. Not Mark. And so here's what happens, okay? They just won the Super Bowl and we're partying like crazy, and we just beat, one of those AFC teams, that you guys are fans of, and the AFC team, they're sour. It's sour grapes. And they know there's going to be some passengers who are very upset at 2 o'clock in the morning when the Cowboys have just beat up on them. And the lady driver says, I don't want to pick up those people who got beat by the Cowboys. So she chooses female passengers pick up only. It's just simple thing, guys. Success is not difficult. It's just you got to decide whether you want to or whether you want to keep saying we can't do that. And so we're bringing all of these. So I want you to imagine. So my goal is this here. Here's the goal. Here's the goal of the PRIB. The goal is, let's just say here, Ed, and I'll just use you for an example. This is no guarantees, because I know people record stuff and they say, oh, he guaranteed this. It's not guaranteed. My goal is for you to do this. I know you've got children. We've had conversations about your kids, and that's what I love. And I know that's why you're building this. Here's the goal. In network marketing, let me tell you what I got sick and tired of. I got sick and tired of being the MLM hypocrite. I was the biggest one. Me, Holton Buggs, right here. I stood on stage and I said all the same things that everybody else said and never thought. Oh, you can have a residual income and you can pass it on to your children's children. We got over 500, about 500 plus people on our panel here right now, and probably, I mean, in our system, probably a whole lot more for some groups. Name one person that you know of personally, ladies and gentlemen. One, just give me one, who can make this statement. Oh yeah, you know, this big estate that we have here, the reason we have it is because my grandma and granddaddy was in network marketing, and we still live off of their residual income today, and it's even larger today than it was when they first built it. Give me one. I've been doing it 29 years. I don't know of any. It does not exist. It's a lie. And we say that lie from stage over and over. And some of you are going to go out and in your presentation, it's so indoctrinated in our brains, you're going to say it over and over and over, and you've got no proof of it whatsoever. You can't even identify one person who's benefited from residual income that's been passed on generations. And then they'll say, I'm a startup. So here's what my goal is. My goal, Ed, is for you to build a consumer base, build a network, and that network builds a consumer base. And every year, here's what I want you to know I'm working on, making sure I add something else so each one of your customers can actually choose to buy, which makes the profitability of each customer that you have more valuable to you. So right now, we look at and we say that the average customer, this is just a theoretical number that I'm going to throw out right now. It's going to take us 18 months to collect all of our data for us to be close. We look at the annual revenue of profitability of a customer to you is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood right now. I'm going to say 50% of what we've been talking about. I'll say $300. Okay, that's what they're worth to you, $300. So let's just say that a person builds 1,000 customer network. These are her personal customers, by the way. That's $300,000 because I'm adding more stuff to it. But my goal is to make it next year, maybe 350, 400. They're never going to quit. Okay. And so that's what this is really all about. So one day when you're completing your will, you may look at your organization and say, I've got an organization of 1 million customers in my network. And you look at your son and you say, hey, listen, to you, I'm leaving you 200,000 customers, or the income from 200,000 customers. You look at your next kid, hey, I'm leaving you 200,000. You look at, I'm leaving 200,000. And you may say, to this hospital, I'm going to make sure I put into a trust 300,000 customers that will, the revenue from those customers go to this particular trust where it's perpetual because it's customer driven, not distributor driven. And your customers will never quit. So